Hello? Hello? Okay, that works. I am up and awake at 8:42. What am I crazy? The answer is yes, because I've wanted to play this so badly over the weekend. Um, I'm really feeling this save, and it's annoying to only be able to play it when I can stream. But I did do a little upkeep while I was gone. As you can see here, I have added, first of all, another show, which is basically just to air my pre-show on the network for popularity reasons and stuff like that. Maybe even storyline advancement reasons. And by maybe, I mean definitely because I have plans. I created a tentative event schedule. I already want to change this, by the way, so don't take this event schedule to heart, but I've put a bunch of events on here just for my use whenever I want, and they all have nice icons to go with them. I really like that. Lita has signed. I've edited a few gimmicks. I think I want to keep Lita for longer than this month, but I'm not 100% on that. I have small plans for her. Um, I've decided that Jillian and Rachel can be hoes in terms of the whole Godfather gimmick, even though the Godfather's not on my roster anymore. I have these guys. And it's like the same thing as the Godfather. I'm gonna rename this though. It's just gonna be Pimp Daddies, and they're gonna stay as support like that. Sweet Poppy Sanchez is the leader. Meet the Weapon, the Bow Levers, the franchise, the Wyatts. Okay, that's all great. I don't think I really did anything else that huge. Oh, I added some turns here, and I changed Naomi's gimmick to gymnast because her dancer gimmick was poor, and I think she could be fun and also more of a threat than just the dancer as a gymnast. Make her an actual athlete. I think that works. Um, Serena Deeb, I have prepared to do a face turn after her feud with Lita. This is Rosie's last show with us, which is fine. I'm gonna book my first level up. Who wants to be friends? Oh, Titus O'Neil, you want to be friends with somebody? Who's your tag team partner? Percy Watson? No, you're not friends. Lucky Cannon? Yeah, they're strong friends. Okay. Now, NXT Level Up. I did prepare one storyline for this, and that is the Get Lucky Challenge. So, Lucky Cannon introduces the Get Lucky Challenge. Beat him and win a contract with NXT. And he's approved that with everyone on the staff. He's out there with Tom Pritchard announcing that. And then he fights his first competitor is, let's see. Because I haven't really given him anything to do. Virgil. Yeah. It's gotta be Virgil. Okay. So Virgil hops in and he's like, hey, right, and I asked to use him as a manager. Um, I'm also gonna include Virgil in this angle as like overness, like he comes out. Not a big deal. Just I want to include him in that because I think it would be fun to have a first level up with fun cameo in it. Oh, one thing I did also add, I changed all matches to be scripted beforehand, and I don't know if that's gonna change anything for better or for worse, but I felt like it made sense for a company like NXT to have, because I think it would help them with their matches. Okay. Yeah, it's a very short show. And I'll add to advance the Get Lucky challenge. And I want a women's match as usual. Actually, I have an idea. Want the hose to go against Exana and Maxine. I want Maxine to win. Over Jillian, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Hmm, that'll work fine. This doesn't have to be long. And I want a big entrance with daddies. So Camacho, Sweet Poppy Sanchez, Jillian, and Rachel are all gonna come out together. And I'm hoping the crowd's gonna love that. I'm gonna make sure they're at ringside too. They might be Sweet Poppy Sanchez might be a manager, but I'm still gonna make sure they're both at ringside. Get Lucky Challenge. Uh, oh yeah, Rosie's leaving. So I could give Larry Sweeney a win over Rosie real quick. And that's a little too much time, so I'll take some time from this match. And maybe add another segment. This will air after the actual episode of NXT. It'll air like a day after. So I could have, like, Rosie say goodbye. Rosie says goodbye. He's going to the main roster. And that would not be penalized. I do like Virgil Lucky Cannon being the main. I like this in the middle. I like this at the beginning. This seems great. And this is the pre-show, so I don't have to edit that. Okay, I'll run that. Right. I didn't understand why Tony was a heel, so I wanted to turn him. Lack of flow, which took away the drama. Okay, that's fine. Maxine did really well compared to the others. That's good. It's just Tony again. Virgil versus Lucky Cannon. Lucky Cannon wins. That's great. Okay. Now for the real show. I don't remember what I was doing. I was having Tamina versus everyone. So I gotta continue that. Not Jenny Cash, but yeah, Naomi's gonna be next. And this is gonna be before her gimmick change. I'm not gonna change it yet. I'm gonna keep it. I'm not gonna keep it open, but I'm gonna keep it a little long for Tamina and have it be a decisive submission or Tamina wins. And at the end of that, I'm gonna have Tamina calls out uh Cash and says, she basically says like, you're gonna be a coward and tell me to fight the roster. You're hiding behind and not fighting me. Says you're a coward. Fight me. And Jenny Cash does not come out. What are you rated on? Overness, right? Because you're off screen. That's good. The Wyatts. Now, I kind of wanted this to work like this. So Joey Matthews has a match. Um, I don't even necessarily want it to be against Riker, though. I kind of want it to be against another Wyatt. Like, there's Eli Cottonwood, Christoph Herzog, and Dexter Loomis. I could have it be Loomis. Has Loomis even wrestled really? No, he's never had a match. Okay. So I want Dexter Loomis to beat the champ. And that's because the other Wyatts interfere for him. So it's Eli Cottonwood and I'll just have it be Eli Cottonwood and I'm gonna have them all at ringside. Eli Cottonwood, Christoph Herzog, and Jackson Riker. A bit of a storytelling match, that one. And that can go like 10 minutes. Is he okay with it? No, he is not. So I'll protect him, and he's okay with it. Wyatt family. take the belt and, you know, basically celebrate with it. They like raise it up and act like they've won it. That wasn't a title match or anything. That was just a match. But they're going to take that as a victory even though they cheated. And I'm not booking Joey Matthews to be that strong of a champion, but that's fine because he literally leaves my company after after my next pay-per-view. Where the fuck is the other guy? Mr. Loomis. I cannot remember these people to save my life. Okay. Right, Deeb and Lita are the feud right now. Trophy Hunters versus the franchise. Okay. Lethal Weapon versus the Believers. Okay. Hmm. It's been a while. It's been a while, so I kinda gotta remember what I wanted to do when I was setting up these storylines. Basically just what's been happening is Deeb's been doing promos on Lita. I have an idea. Lita and AJ Lee versus Maxine and Serena. You know, sort of include the other people who have been in the feud in a fresh match to the feud. And that can be a storytelling match. And the winner, uh, I'm gonna have Lita pin Maxine. I'm gonna have that be open though. And 8 minutes is fine for that. And then, so Lethal Weapon versus Bo Levers. I'm gonna have Sid Justice versus Bo Dallas. And Sid's gonna win that in like 6 minutes, 5 minutes. It's not gonna be open. And at ringside is gonna be everyone involved. So it's gonna be the Bo Levers and the Justice people. Now I gotta remember who's the other Bo Lever. Um, who is it? Oh my god, what is wrong with me? I cannot. Oh, West Briscoe, West Briscoe. Okay. Everyone's gonna be there. And then the Bo Levers help Bo up and to the back. Bo celebrates, as he has been doing recently. Derek Bateman, Bo Dallas, and West Briscoe. Okay, I'll put this earlier in the show. Here. That's there. That's good. For the trophy hunters. Right, okay. I remembered what I wanted to do there for this, but I don't know if I want to do that anymore for this. I'm thinking. Hmm. I'm gonna have the trophy hunters attack the franchise, but get beat up in the process. So basically, they think they're gonna beat up the franchise, but they're a member down, and so that gives the franchise the advantage here. And it's gonna be Titus Persian, Crystal New Kruger. They're all gonna be just rated on fighting, but I'm gonna give the franchise the victory there. And that's gonna set up for next week. Do I have to script fighting? I have to remember. I don't. Okay. And that can just go here. And then I need about 10 more minutes. Well, I don't need, but I would like 10 more minutes. So, what I haven't been doing in a while is doing a Mike Manson match. He's been kind of off TV for a bit recently. And I'll bring in Tracy Smothers for that one. So Mike Manson dominates Tracy Smothers, decisive with a pinfall. And I'm not going to add any before and after segments like I usually do on that one. Actually, I will add an after segment, a Mike Manson promo. But he's not gonna come out to the big entrance that takes forever. But I'll give him a promo after that. I'm trying to talk about his state in the company now. And that's the show, really. Is there anyone crucial I left out? Biggie, I'm sorry I haven't been booking you. This looks good to me. Okay, I'll turn you. It's very good. Oh, they didn't like that turn. But they liked the gimmick. That's fine. It's just Tony Schiavone. He shouldn't have been a heel in the first place. I don't want him to be a heel. I want him to be a face. Mike Manson defeats Tracy Smothers. They didn't click. That's fine. Naomi, I will change her gimmick after this. Tamina beats Naomi. It's good. Bo Dallas sustained a bruised eye socket. Hmm. Hopefully that's not an issue. Hopefully that is not an issue. That shouldn't be. It's just a bruise, right? That should be fine. Lita's official debut for now. She carried that match to something great, really. Crowd loved it. Trophy Hunters. Dexter Loomis versus Joey Matthews. Um, Joey Matthews has turned. It went badly. That's fine. It doesn't have to be great. He's leaving. I just need him to be a face for the pay-per-view match, really. And hey, popularity went up, so I'm okay with that. That's good. That's good. What's going on? Bo Dallas's bruised eye socket. That shouldn't be an issue, I think. Mainly positive. Mainly positive. Few weeks to heal. He's working through it, but it's gonna take like a month. That's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna just advance one day, see what happens with level up broadcasting. NXT level up broadcast. It attracts 45,000 viewers. Everyone's watching. How much viewers do my regular shows get? 250,000? That's pretty damn good. When they were on TV, they got like 3,000 viewers on the network. They start at like 100,000. Now they're at like 250,000. That's pretty good. That's a pretty freaking good increase. Okay. I'll sim to the next show. I want to be able to keep the Wyatts, all of the Wyatts, for at least another month. So I'm hoping they don't get called up just yet. I have plans. We'll see if I get to use those plans. Here, I'll stop after this to see how the pay-per-view went. WWE's, that is. I never liked Over the Limit as a name. It's one of my least favorite names of their pay-per-views for whatever reason. The Edge Mysterio match was pretty good. A lot going on. I guess it's huge freaking pre-show. Daniel Bryan's relegated to the pre-show? Come on. Come on. You can do better. Caval's on the main show. I'm like checking for my people. Happy with R-Truth getting that love. Hey, hi, Mike Beer, man, let's fucking go. Which is a great name, really. I don't think Lita being with ROH should be an issue. Yeah, no, that's no issue at all. Okay. Next show's tomorrow. Gotta sim one more day. Rosie has been called up, so that's fine. I do not need him anymore. I didn't use him on the main show. Um, I have too much time I want to dedicate to my stories. But I got him on level up. I got him that loss to Larry Sweeney. I'm happy. Joey Matthews, you got morale issues? Do you want some money from WWE headquarters? They'll give you lots of money. It's not my money. There you go. He's happy now. We may be in debt, but that's not my money. Serena Deeb is preparing to return face. Naomi, Joey Matthews, everything's good. Joey Matthews has two more NXTs. Lucky Cannon, that's a name I haven't seen in a while. Yeah, he's not been my easiest to pick up and use, but I've um I've started to incorporate him into the actual show and not just ignore him. Um, I'll give him Jonathan Gresham for a match over here on Level Up. Mhm. Cannon will win that. Um, I'm gonna keep these matches pretty open. These Lucky Cannon matches. He doesn't have to quite dominate like Mike Manson has been doing, but I want to give him something. One of the best technical wrestlers currently in the world. Really, that's high praise. Um, I know I've heard of him, but does he have like any other names like that I would know him better as, or is it just Jonathan Gresham? Lucky Cannon, get lucky, open challenge, Gresham answers. That'll be 2 minutes. And actually, instead of just advancing these artificially, I'll just throw him in it. I think that's a better way of doing that. Mainly Gresham, he had a mass comedy gimmick in Chikara, but forgets the name. Ooh, I gotta look that up. I'm a big Chikara fan. I might know that better. Okay, Jonathan Gresham. He was one of the suicides? What? Oh, in 2016 he was suicide for one night only. Okay. Hero Tiger, Hero Khan, Jonathan Davis. No, I don't really know him apart from just like seeing him around. I've never seen a lot from him. So that works. And then what else do I have going on? I can always throw something here on Level Up. I don't know if I really want to though. I could throw a Shane Douglas match on Level Up. That'd be fun. But I have plans for him on the main show. Actually, I'll throw people I'm just not using on here, like Big E. I also would like a women's match here. I could do a Jenny Cash match and have Tamina interfere on that one. Like have Maxine beat Jenny Cash. Because Tamina interfered. And that doesn't have to take any time, really. And then after that, I can have a segment where, like, Tamina beats down Cash. Or actually, no. I'll have Tamina beats down Cash, but Cash hits Tamina with the chair and gets away. So, they're fighting, but Jenny gets the upper hand by hitting her with a weapon. fighting. They'll both be fighting for that, and I'll give Jenny the success. Yes, it's crazy that he was suicide for one night. Everyone was suicide, huh? That gimmick got around. All right, Biggie, and what'll Biggie do? Derek Bateman is doing real bad right now. So I'm gonna have Derek Bateman beat Biggie with the help of another interference, I know, but whatever, it's level up, no one's watching. I'm gonna have Biggie get interfered on by Wes Briscoe. I'm gonna have Bo Dallas at ringside for that as well. That can be the main. Samoa Joe as Suicide would be crazy. That is a ridiculous concept. I love that. Um, and then I'm gonna have the Bo Leavers celebrate. And Big E's not gonna try to get revenge for this because he's so fucking sick of Bo Dallas by now. They've been through too much together. He's over it. He knows it's best to just move on because even when he wins, Bo celebrates. It's not worth it. So they're all gonna celebrate. It's gonna be great. Big E's over it. That gets Big E's momentum kind of used for good. Him on the show. Derek Bateman finally gets a win. I continue that feud even though it's long over. Just because they can be like constant enemies. I get that going. I get this going. I'm gonna have Lucky Cannon open the show, and that's gonna be the show. Who's your current champions? My current champions are Joey Matthews, who I have planned to lose it because he's leaving very shortly. I have Leo Kruger and Chris Logan as my tag champs, and I have Serena Deeb as my women's champ. I don't want this to be floating. I want this to be primary. Um, I'd prefer this to be floating. Not that it matters. I just like that. I have this because I want to make sure Matthews has it. So hold on. Joey Joey Matthews Chamber recap. I'm gonna throw a 1 minute video of Joey Matthews winning in the Elimination Chamber because I didn't set up like a title for that, and I like to have titles for that. So he's it's just gonna show that from when he won, and I'll just throw that right here and run that. Jonathan Gresham, not bad, 24. Lucky Cannon is actually pulling out fairly good ratings for this. Joy Matthews wins the Elimination Chamber in a segment because he already won it. Maxine beats Jenny Cash because Tamina interferes. Everyone hated it. That's fine. The Lethal Weapon versus Bo Lever storyline advanced. That's my mistake. That's fine. I forgot to make them not advance that. That's fine. They had great chemistry, actually, despite the match not being great. They had great chemistry. Now, this is the go home show. So, I would like to do something with. Oh, yeah, I have. So, I was gonna do the franchise versus the trophy hunters, but with like a surprise partner. So who do I have that would even work for that? Mike Manson would be a fun one, actually. Oh, Jinder! I forgot about Jinder. I have Jinder. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be Jinder. And as usual with this group, they're going to win by cheating. I'll keep that open. I can go like 10 minutes and be a storytelling match. So I'm gonna have trophy hunters complain to Kern. So despite the fact that they're the ones who interfered last time, they're going to complain about the numbers advantage. And they're going to be like, it's not fair. They have more people than us. What do we do? And then Steve Kern's going to be like, what do you mean? What do you do? If you want the numbers, find a freaking partner. There's nothing I can do about that. I just work here. So they're pissed. They storm off and then they go find partner. And he says, I'm gonna book you in a match later tonight. You find a partner by then. You do the match. And then by this time they find Jinder and they compete in the match. I don't know if Jinder's gonna be a proper part of this, but for now I'll add him to the story. Now for Tamina, I want her against Lita tonight. And I want Lita to win by DQ because Tamina's attacked by Jenny Cash. And I don't know, maybe 8 minutes or so. And so this is gonna be Jenny Cash tells you know Cash calls out lead Snuka Tamina. Cash calls out Tamina, and she's like, "Okay, you talk about a big game, but you're avoiding the real threats here. You're avoiding fighting people like Lita." And then she's like, "You want me to fight Lita? I'll fight Lita." And she calls out Lita. Tamina calls out Lita, and Lita's like, "Yeah, I'll fight you right here, right now." So during the match, Tamina gets Lita hooked into the Samoan stretch, which no one has ever even broken out of. Every single person has tapped to that so far. While she's locked into that, Jenny Cash is going to be afraid that she wins that match and she's going to be proven wrong. So she jumps in there and attacks Tamina before the match can end. And who's the other person involved with it? Serena? Do I need Serena to do anything? I'm gonna have Serena on commentary for that match, just because that's fun. And yeah, so Serena will come out and she'll be like, "I want to talk about this, blah blah blah." So she'll be on commentary for that, and Lita will win by DQ. And on commentary, she'll try to put over Tamina and be like, Lita had no chance against her. She was about to tap. And then Tony will be like, "What do you mean? It's Lita. Why would she tap?" Huracan was pretty sure it's Chikara name. Yeah, I don't remember that. I probably didn't watch anything with him in it, really. Sid has cooled momentum. Come on, Sid. So I'm gonna have Wyatt demand the title from Kern. Saying they beat the champion. And that'll be Eli, Jackson Riker, Christoph Herzog, and Dexter Loomis. And Steve Kern will say, look, you guys cheated, but you did get a victory over the champion. I will give Dexter Loomis a title shot, considering he beat the champion. But none of the rest of you are allowed to interfere. If you do, he'll forfeit the match and not keep the title. And they'll say, or not they'll say, but Jackson Riker will say, no, I want the title. We're not giving Dexter Loomis a title shot. I'm getting a title shot. And Kieran says, if you want a title shot, you got to earn it. But right now, Dexter Loomis is the one in line for a title shot. I'm giving Dexter Loomis a chance. And Jackson Riker leaves, and he like mutters under his breath. He's like, I'll show you. I'll prove it to you. Because he's the leader. He wants to make everyone else do his dirty work, but he wants the glory as well. So I'm gonna have a rematch. I've never been a fan of Riker. Yeah, I don't really care about him or the fact that he exists, but he is putting on the best ratings in my company right now, so I'm pushing him. That's really how it goes sometimes. Doing Dexter Loomis versus Joey Matthews, the rematch. And this one is for the title, and if any Wyatts interfere whatsoever, he forfeits his chance, and I'm gonna have huh. I want a DQ finish. I want a DQ finish because um I want Joey Matthews, or I want Joey Matthews to be attacked by the Wyatts. Eli Cottonwood, Jackson Riker, Christoph Herzog, knowing full well that it relinquishes the title shot because Jackson Riker doesn't want Dexter Loomis to be the champion. He wants himself to be the champion. He's using Dexter Loomis as a vessel to win the title for himself. And so the winner for that will be Joey Matthews. And then after that match, Riker, or just Wyatt's in general, beat down Matthews, say, scream like Riker is the true champion. So many Wyatts. So many Wyatts. Who's the other one? Jackson Riker, like Dexter Loomis. And then Joey Matthews. And I'm gonna actually have Loomis be part of this. He's not offended. He is totally on board with this. Because he is a cult member. He's a mindless, stupid fucking cult member. And he's like, yeah, what's good for my leader is good for the group. I trust him with all my soul. And so that's what happens there. This is gonna go earlier. He says only Loomis gets a shot. No interfering. This up here. Um, I've done Get Lucky. I've done Tamina. I've done Wyatt's. I've done Trophy Hunters. I've done Women. Um, a lethal weapon thing would be fun. So let me think. I had Sid beat Bo. Right, right. Okay. What's going on with the Bo levers? Derek Bateman is considered a jobber still. Um, okay, I'm gonna have the Believers of Bateman and Briscoe, and they're gonna take on the Usos. Because I haven't had the Usos on TV much recently. And it's gonna be another fucking shitty finish. Because that's just how it's gotta be. And Jay Uso, or actually, which Uso's got good momentum right now? I don't think it really matters, but which Uso? Jay Uso has bad momentum. So I'm gonna have Jimmy Uso eat the pin. And Jimmy Uso gets attacked by Bo Dallas. And then after that match, Bo Levers beat down Usos. Lethal Weapon makes the save. So that's going to be Bo Dallas. Um, First of all, the Usos. Then it's going to be Derek Bateman and Wes Briscoe and Sid Justice and Conrad Tanner and Dino Carter. That is everyone. And they're all just going to be rated on entertainment because they're all going to do a lot. I'm going to have a lot going on here. And I'll script them all. You know, just big angle, lots of people. And I'm going to cut this down a little. Just a little. I'll cut it down by a minute. And I'll cut this down. No, I like this being a little long. This being long. I want so much on my show that it's sad to have to cut things like that. I like this being long. This can go 3. 3 is fine. I didn't want it to go 2, but it can go 3. Um, I can start the show with this, have this, Cash Tamina. I'd prefer this to be fairly early as well. Maybe here. I want this here. So this kind of opens the show. Then the Believers Usos. Then the franchise match, then the Loomis match. That seems good to me. Okay. Yeah. Our show is tough sometimes. I'm dealing with it. If my roster gets too big, I'll add 90-minute shows, but I'm happy with what I'm given with an hour. Okay, Lita beats Tamina by DQ. Again, I'm just doing a lot of shitty finishes on these shows. For now, I'll have some proper finishes at the next show. Believers beat Usos. That's good. Jinder and the Trophy Hunters. How's Jinder doing? 23? Could be worse. Could be worse. And Joey Matthews defends his title because they attack. Okay. And now at the show, I'm gonna have them give Riker the same situation. The same any Wyatts interfere and you automatically forfeit the match. Because Riker's gonna demand he gets the title and he's gonna say, we're gonna interfere on any match because that would be an injustice, not give me the match. And Loomis is gonna totally be like, yeah, absolutely. everything he says is right. Everything I say is wrong. And hopefully by Saturday, none of the Wyatts get called up. They can get called up after the show, sure, fine, but I want to keep them for one more month at the very least. Riker's the only one I'm really concerned about. I'm sure they won't call up the others. Okay, Big E is now a powerhouse. Sid Justice's contract is ending, and I'm liking him. I'll keep him for another, 3 months. Okay, fine, 13:30. He's doing good work on my roster. He's doing good stuff. He's doing good stuff. All right. Joey Matthews will get called up after the next show after this. Right, this is good. I mean, that's kind of why I did Level Up, is because I started doing that, is because that basically gives me a 90-minute show, and I can just put the less important stuff on Level Up. So the main event is going to be Jackson Riker versus Joey Matthews. That gets time. Jackson Riker wins clean. It's open, it's decisive. No Wyatts come out whatsoever. Boom. After the match, the Wyatts come out. Wyatts come out and celebrate with Riker. And by celebrate, I mean it's like creepy. And they like prop him up and kind of beat up Matthews. All of Matthews be rated on selling for this. And then that can be Riker, Eli, Kristoff, and Dexter Lumis. They're all rated on entertainment. That's great. I'll have that be minor defeat, minor success, minor success, minor success. That was successful. He's not great. Okay. Another match I would like, or actually, I'm gonna add a segment for that as well. Wyatt's demand. Karen gives Riker the title shot. He says, "Fine, but if any Wyatts interfere, you lose," he says. And he like acts pissed, but then he says, "I don't need them. That's fine with me. I don't need them." I guess these can be longish because it's a long show, and I'm not gonna do a ton of angles, so they can be longish. Now it's Lethal Weapon versus the Bo Leavers, so I'll do a big 6-man tag for that. And I want Derek Bateman to get the win by cheating. So it's another dusty finish. It's another, well, not a dusty finish, but it's another shitty finish. This feud is going to continue after this. That can be like 10 minutes storytelling. That's good. I need Serena Deeb versus Lita. And now Serena Deeb's going to win this. I'm gonna have to figure out how to make Lita happy with it. I don't. If they can go real long, that's great. Lita's furious. Okay, let's start the Lita protection. I'm gonna keep her strong and protect her. How's that? She's furious. I'll have it be a flash pinfall. She's furious. I'll have her dominate. She's furious. So I won't do any of that. I'll have it be open. Lita loses. Great. That's decisive pinfall. She loses. She's furious. I don't care. I'll give her WWE's money to make her happy with me. Because I do want her to be happy with me. My other match is, my other women's match is Tamina versus Jenny Cash. And that's going to be a no-brainer. Tamina wins. But I'm going to keep that a bit open. That'll be a bit of a storytelling match because she's going to find ways to avoid her and, kind of outsmart her. It'll be like a brains versus brawn kind of match, but Tamina does get the upper hand and the victory in the end. And then, what else do I have going on? Trophy Hunters versus... Who are they fighting right now? The franchise, obviously. Franchise versus Trophy Hunters. And then I want Trophy Hunters to win this by cheating. That's their thing. They cheat. That's their thing. Um, that gives them their titles to retain. That will keep going, though. And I want Shane Douglas at ringside for that. And I'll do angles later, but I want to book these matches first. I do have some angle ideas for this stuff as well. Wyatt, Tamina, leave the weapon, get lucky challenge. I can throw a get lucky challenge on this show. Yeah, let's throw in the Rock. No, no, not the Rock, not the Rock. Um, Azrael put on a really good match last time, so I'll do Azrael. Well, give Lucky Cannon a nice pay-per-view match, and I'll keep that open because again, Azrael is really one of the best workers I've hired. I can go 10 minutes even, and then Azrael answers the get lucky challenge. For like 3 minutes. Add Azrael to that story. Who am I not booking so far? Hmm. Ooh, Mike Manson. I would like to have another Mike Manson match. Bill Eadie to retire. I definitely have to do Bill Eadie. As Axe, of course. Demolition Axe versus Mike Manson. Ideally, he'll let Manson dominate. Actually, I don't need him to dominate. This can be open. This can be open. I like Manson's bigger matches to be more open. The other person to get offense in. He's a legend. He deserves to get his offense in. I think that would be for the best. He does not have the stamina for that, so I'll make it like 8 minutes. Oh, maybe I should make it 5 minutes and have Mike Manson dominate instead of being open. Yeah, that's better. I did not know he could not go. Elite Furious, Bo's wrestling while injured. Those are fine. Um, yeah, I don't really need these people. I will put more matches on the show, but nothing's like really necessary. A lot of faces. A lot of faces. I want an Usos match on the show for sure. Oh, I like Usos beating the family. Yeah, because I have plans for that. So I'm gonna have Usos. I've only done that once before, and it was a while ago, so that's fine. Jey Uso wins over Chris. No, Eli Cottonwood. Eli has always getting the pins lately, so I'll give Eli the loss, and I want that to be open and decisive. And at ringside, I want Dexter Loomis. Jackson Riker's not going to be there. And then after the match, Wyatt's beat down Usos. This will set up for the future. Herzog, Loomis, and Cottonwood beat up Jimmy and Jay. Fighting, fighting, fighting. Selling, selling. Minor success. Minor defeat. Okay. That's all in. Are they being overused? No, that's good. What else? There's a lot of women not being used. I do have an idea. I do. I'm thinking like I could have all of them in a mixed tag, and then throw Oksana and Maxine in this, and oh, maybe Larry Sweeney and Jinder Mahal, but let me see if I have any faces for that instead. Not really, so I think it should be Jinder Mahal and Larry Sweeney. And I'm gonna have Jillian get the win over Oksana. And that'll work the crowd. That'll be like a fun match to work the crowd with. Uh, and then after that match, I'm gonna have AJ Lee come out. AJ Lee calls out the women in that match and is like, "Isn't that degrading? Like you're hoes? Like really? I'm a wrestler. Who the fuck are you?" And then uh they beat her ass. They beat her up. She gets beat up by Jillian, Maxine, Oksana, and who was the other girl? Hold on. Fighting, 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 selling. Rachel, Rachel, that's who it was. It was Rachel. So yeah, they beat her up. They're not happy with that. Again, I forgot. Uh, I don't have to do that based on scripting. That's what I don't have to do. So AJ Lee's bringing her character back where she's pissed at the inequality of women. Biggie and Naomi are not on the show. I'll do something with them. They're being overused. I'll fix that real quick. I think just putting this down one angle or 1 minute is fine. Yep. Okay. Now let me see. Dexter Loomis, Biggie. Okay. This is an easy fix here. I'll have Dexter Loomis beat Biggie with the help of the family. At ringside is going to be Eli Cottonwood and Christoph Herzog. That's not an issue. AJ Lee and Naomi can have a pre-show match where AJ Lee wins. You know, just because that'd be nice. That can work the crowd a bit too. And then the only person not in a match right now is Shane Douglas, who I can also just throw on the pre-show. In a match with a heel, who will be... Let's throw Jonathan Gresham back on the show. We just had him. We'll have him again. That'll be nice. He didn't win his contract, but he's getting a pre-show match. Anyone who watched Level Up will be like, oh yeah, he's back. That's cool. Okay. That seems good. Let me order the show and make some promos. This goes early in the show. It's not gonna go first, but it'll go early. I want this before it. And then, I want the Get Lucky challenge here. And then Biggie versus Loomis. Then Tamina versus Cash. It's good. I'll have this be a little less, just like a minute less. It's good. Usos, franchise trophy hunters, Deep Lita, Lethal Weapon Believers. I don't want Lethal Weapon Believers here. I want this, right here. That's good. Yeah, okay. Franchise trophy hunters. I can have, here. I'll replace these. I'll replace these. Or not replace, but switch. I'll switch those. I think that flows better. Franchise Trophy Hunters, Deep Lita, Riker Matthews. Matthews wins the title. Deeb defends the title. Trophy Hunters defend the title. That's all good. I do have time for some more angles. Let me think about what angles I would want. What storylines am I doing? I'm keeping this going. I'm keeping this going. I'm keeping this going, but not with Jenny Cash. I'm gonna do something else with this. I want to turn Deeb. So, right, after the Deeb Lita match, Lita shakes Deeb's hand and puts her over. So this is gonna get the crowd on Deeb's side. Ideally. It should. That's great. Okay, good. What other stories? Wyatt's. I'm keeping that going, but with oh, I need to add Loomis to that. Why is Loomis not in that? I need to keep this going, but without Joey Matthews. I have plans. Trophy Hunters. I am going to keep this going. Women's Revolution. So this is going to continue in a little bit of a different way. I might take Deeb and Lita, or take Deeb at least out of this, and keep AJ Lee going with this kind of story as that story, and put Deeb in the Tamina story. Um, After franchise trophy hunters, I want. So franchise gets pissed that they cheated. Franchise trophy hunters brawl. Franchise get the better of them. Because again, they have that numbers advantage. Ginger's not going to come to save them or anything. It's just going to be a nice numbers advantage for them. And they're going to kind of prove, like, hey, you're beating us on paper, but you're not actually beating us. And that'll be Percy Watson and Titus O'Neil. Fighting, fighting. Minor success. Minor defeat. That can go like 5 minutes if they won't have an issue with that. They do have an issue with that, so let me think. Okay. They want this to be shorter. And they want this to be shorter. This should be good enough for them. Yes, it is. Okay. That goes here. Biggie Loomis doesn't have to go anywhere. But I do have an idea for that as well. It doesn't have to go anywhere yet, is what I should say. I'm going to actually add quickly to this storyline. I'm going to add the Usos and Biggie. This is it. This is the show. Thank you. Thank you. I agree. I think this show is very nice. I have I've I've been very happy with this save. Very proud of this save. I'm not gonna debut her new gimmick yet. They didn't click. That's fine. Another pre-show. Just having Shane Douglas get a match because that's fun. All right, Pimps beat the other people that weren't on the show. Jillian broke her ribs. No. AJ Lee gets beat up because she's a prude. I'm on AJ's side, by the way. I know I keep booking her to lose in these stories, but I am totally on her side and all that. I just think it's fun to have her sort of get beat despite everything she's saying. Derek beats Tanner. Sid put on a great performance. I'm happy to have him here putting over the young talent. It's very nice. Asriel comes out and yeah, puts on a 29 to a 30. That's pretty good for this company. Usos lose to the Wyatts by Usos beat Wyatt. Sorry. They beat the Wyatts, but they beat them up. They beat up the Usos. So that's where they get the win. Tamina Snuka beats Jenny Cash. Dexter Loomis beats Biggie Langston because Eli Cottonwood interferes. Trophy hunters defend their titles by cheating, as they do. Shane Douglas did some good work at ringside. Titus O'Neil and Shane Douglas are a good pairing. That's very weird, but I like it. I think it fits, honestly. This is my best match of the show. and Deeb wins, and that's awesome. It's not main eventing the show because I want Riker Matthews to, but I like that it did so well, and I kind of expected it to do so well. Yeah, I know they're upset with the turn. I know. I expected that, but this is where I wanted her to turn, and it's hard not to turn so many people at the beginning when they're not where you want them to be. Riker wins the NXT title, which is very cool. Again, this is a great match. They had good chemistry, too. I might even run that back on the next show. We'll see. So I'm definitely giving Deeb and Lita. I'm telling first of all, Deeb praise for a great performance. Lita, you're awesome. Joey Matthews, here's a hug. You're leaving. I appreciate you. That was great. I wonder how that Lita Deeb match ranks up with the rest of my stuff. It might be like top tier. Let me see. That was our evolution. It's my fourth best show, so I'm happy with that. Deeb Lita, my tied to second best match, technically third best match after Cade Gabriel. That's pretty good. It's still weird to me that Brian Otunga was my best match. Like, I get that it was a Brian match, but it was such a throwaway match compared to these other matches up here that were like big matches. That was really solid though. That was really solid. My best attendance yet. That was great. Okay. Now I was thinking of doing King of the Ring here. I don't think I will. It says King of the Ring. I don't think I'm doing King of the Ring just yet. I would like to do King of the Ring at some point though. Why are you upset? Oh, because your turn sucked. What if you had $1,000? What if you had $5,000? She loves it. She's like, oh my god, so much money. That's awesome. What, Lita? What if you had $5,000? Would you be really happy now? Yep, you would be. That's awesome. See, that's why I wanted to sign Lita to an official contract, because then she could be happy with me by the end of it and keep doing stuff with me in the future. Ooh, Oksana botched a move and broke her ribs. That's pretty freaking bad. Oh, it's only 20 days. What the fuck? Bo Dallas was more affected by his bruised eye socket than Jillian Bayer was by broken ribs. Okay, I mean, I'll take it. I can't complain. I have one more show with Joey Matthews, and I have a whole freaking month of the Wyatt family. So, we're not doing King of the Ring next. I'm gonna do this. Hold on. We're doing War Games next. We're doing War Games next. And then I'll slot this in for August for now, but again, subject to change. I could do King of the Ring instead of Great American Bash. Yeah, sometimes they very much surprise me. Oh, hi Ryan, that's good. It's good to see you. All advance to the end of the month. Fuck yeah, War Games. Hi, Jiro. Hello. War Games is awesome, and I am very excited for it. I've built the Wyatts up. I want them to compete in fucking War Games, and that's how we're gonna do it. And I love that NXT has established themselves as a company that does war games. Because a lot of companies don't do war games and you don't get to book them. But we're doing fucking war games and it's awesome. And this show is going to be a unique show and we're going to hype up war games because I had this idea over the weekend and I was really hoping nothing was messed up so that I could actually do it. Jackson Riker, of course, my new champion, looking strong. He probably will get called up soon and I'm gonna have to take it off him. But for now, he is my champion and I'm happy about it. Steve Curran helping out the young boys. Love to see it. Anyone want to be friends? How about Rod Zapata? Do you want to be friends with Noah Wilson? I think you two would be great friends. They are. They are. That's awesome. NXT Level Up. I am going to do the Lucky Cannon Open Challenge, the Get Lucky Challenge against. Who the fuck is Sean Osborne? Against Sean Osborne. I don't know who you are, but you're getting the Lucky Cannon treatment. That's solid. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sean Osborne answers the Get Lucky. Oh my god. Fuck, I cannot type. I cannot type. There we go. That's good. Overness, entertainment, script that. Great. Throw him in this. Sean Osborne is a former WWE dev guy from late 2000s who died like a decade back. Oh, interesting. Hmm. I don't know him. That is very interesting. Okay. Now, I'm not going to be advancing all the storylines on this show because I do have ideas. I want it to be a specific show. So I'm going to throw some stuff on Get Lucky. Lucky Cannon needs a bad blaster confetti shooter. I don't know what that means, but he can have it. I'm giving it to him. Hell yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a handicap match. And it's going to be the Hose versus AJ Lee. And Rachel is getting that win. It's going to be like 7 minutes. And I'm going to give AJ a good amount of offense. She's going to fight back hard. And she's going to do really well. But she is not going to get the win. And then after the match, I want Lita to come out. Lita asks AJ if she wants some help. AJ takes her hand and she helps her. So that's going to be a nice moment where AJ Lee and Lita sort of get together. And I'm going to have before this match as well. AJ Lee promo on the hose says she can beat both of them at once. It's a super soaker that blasts confetti into the crowd. Johnny B. Bad had one for his entrance. Ooh, fuck yeah, he's got that. Done. Done. AJ Lee Entertainment. Off screen is going to be Rachel and Jillian. Rated on overness. That's great. And then for this storyline, I'm going to take out Serena. And I'm going to add Jillian. And I'm going to add. I'm going to keep Maxine in there. Maxine's such a big part of that story for now. I'm going to add Rachel as well. I have plans for Mike Manson as well. Don't worry. I'm not just ignoring him. Yeah, that's solid. That's solid. That'll keep going. And then the rise of Tamina is going to be with Serena Deeb. And I'm going to take Jenny Cash out of that. She doesn't need to be part of that anymore. It's Serena Tamina now. Okay, that's good, that's good. The Get Lucky Challenge. And then I have room for like one more thing if I want. Let's see what I have going on. I could do another story. Because again, I'm not going to be doing a lot of story advancing on the next show. Lethal Weapon versus Bow Levers. Yeah. Oh, Sid's not contracted to work on this show. That's fair. That's fair. Shane Douglas could, though. Shane Douglas, they're feuding with, the Trophy Hunters. Actually, who's doing better out of them? Leo Kruger or Chris Logan? Looks like Chris Logan is. So I'm gonna give Leo Kruger the win. Because I'm gonna have what's his name run in? Chris Logan. And I'm gonna have also the other guys at ringside, Titus and Percy Watson. Get them on the show, get them some exposure. You know. Shane Douglas, I forgot he has no stamina. And that wouldn't be penalized at all, really. Will this be penalized? No. That's good. I'm gonna have this start the show, then this, and then the Get Lucky Challenge. I think that's fine. I like this show. Let's run it. Leo Kruger beats Shane Douglas. That's good. AJ Lee says she could beat the host. She loses to the host. She did way better in the match, but she lost. And then Lita and her form an alliance. Sean Osborne answers the Get Lucky Challenge, and he loses. And he wasn't great, but that's fine. You know, he doesn't have to be good. Now, here's the actual show. So, this show is going to start with Jackson Riker, Eli Cottonwood, Christoph Herzog, and Dexter Loomis, and Steve Kern and Tom Pritchard. So the show starts off with Riker. He's got the title. The Wyatts take Kern and Pritchard, and they lock them in a room. And they say, it's time. It's our company now. Wyatts take over NXT. This is going to be a defeat for you guys. And success for you guys. Now, that's the Wyatts show now. Okay. So, I'm going to run back Riker and Matthews. And I'm going to have it be. Let's see. Do we got any fun gimmicks? What's the Las Vegas Gamble? Two women compete against each other. Well, that's a good one. Which type of risque costumes they wear? No thanks. I'm good on that one. Coal Miner's Glove, of course, a classic. Can we do a hardcore match? Ooh, or what about a lumberjack match? That's not on here, but I can make it. 1v1 lumberjack? I don't know what the prestige would be. Average? Um, regular, one fall, very low, name value, yeah. Count out DQ, time limit stoppage, I guess. Sure, I'll throw that in. I'll throw that in. And then I want a lumberjack match where all the lumberjacks are just the Wyatts. And they beat up Joey Matthews every time he comes out. Every time he leaves the ring. They don't beat up Riker, but they beat up Matthews. Herzog and Loomis. And this is a loser leaves NXT match. So it's going to be a match heavily. It's going to be not loser leaves NXT, but it's going to be career versus title, basically contract versus title. And Wyatts are going to say if Matthews wins, he gets my title. We're going to make it fair though. If we win, he has to leave NXT and leave us alone forever. And he wins that, and Joey Matthews leaves. Mike Mance really rose up the card, which I love. He'll probably get called up soon, actually, which is very cool. I want some stupid matches for the other guys, like Christoph Herzog against. Let me think. Let me think. Who do we even have? We have Big E, Shane Douglas, Sid Justice. Hmm. I have some ideas. I do have some ideas. I'll have Lucky Cannon. Christoph Herzog versus Lucky Cannon. Christoph Herzog wins. What kind of match is this? Because I like that they're doing gimmicks. I think it's cool. This can be like a 5 minute wild brawl. And then Christoph like brutalizes him. He hurts him. That's how this match ends. I want an Eli Cottonwood match against Shane Douglas. And this one will be it's gonna be like a 5 minute, 6 minute match. Because he can't go very long. He can go 6 minutes. That's like the most he can go. And this will be another wild brawl. Eli Cottonwood's gonna win. And um it's going to be a strap match because I like strap matches. And I'm gonna have him like brutalize Shane Douglas with that strap. And who's Shane Douglas feuding with? He's in the franchise versus Trophy Hunters. After that match, I'm gonna have um franchise try to get one over on Cottonwood, but are beat up by Trophy Hunters. So they're not going to get what they want. They're going to get beat up by the fucking Trophy Hunters. So Shane Douglas, because Eli Cottonwood's also going to be fighting, so they're going to get the advantage. I'll just have them all be ranked on fighting though. Shane Douglas, Eli Cottonwood, Percy Watson, Titus O'Neil, Chris Logan, and the other guy. You know, we all know him, Leo Kruger. Leo Kruger. They're all going to be rated on fighting. And the winners are not the franchise this time. So the franchise are going to get minor defeats. And you guys are going to get minor successes. That's great. And I'm also going to do a match with Sid against what's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Dexter Loomis. Dexter Loomis. I always forget his name for some reason. Sid versus Dexter Loomis. And this is going to be a Texas Death. Ooh, I like this. Can Sid go? Is the question. How long can Sid go? Since Furious, what if he is protected? First of all. Oh, that's good enough for him. Okay. Leo Kruger is Adam Rose? Yeah, of course he is. But I like this gimmick way more. I think the more fun fact is Chris Logan is Brian Cage, because that guy's awesome. So Sid is going to lose, but that's going to be because we're gonna have lots of interferences in this match because Sid is gonna get interfered on by who's Sid feuding with? It's the Believers, of course. Leo Kruger was by far the better gimmick, absolutely, yeah. Adam Rose was cool a little bit though. I liked his Rosebud stuff. He had some fun stuff, but Leo Kruger's so cool. Um, Adam Rose it's not comparable. But he was he had some upside. Um, Bo Dallas, Derek Bateman, and Wes Briscoe, and I also want Dexter Loomis to be attacked by Conrad Tanner and Dino Carter. So there's going to be a lot going on in this match. It's going to be a whole clusterfuck. It's going to be a storytelling match. Why it's taking control is going to be a big, big clusterfuck of a show in general. And then at the end of the show, I'm going to have. Let me see. Let me see. Let me just make sure. Because I got to set up for this War Games. Include booked, please. Joey Matthews is leaving. So really a lot of these guys are going to be gone. I'm going to have Big E and the Usos come in for the save on Matthews. So that's Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Joey Matthews, Big E Langston. That's going to be Jackson Riker, Eli Cottonwood, Christoph Herzog, and Dexter Loomis. They're all going to be rated on fighting, and nobody's going to get the advantage, but they are going to kind of get what's coming to them. I call him Baby Cage. Yeah, he's kind of Baby Cage. Yeah. Alright, Wyatt's takeover NXT. Cottonwood versus Douglas, the franchise angle. There's gonna be no women on this show because there are no women in the Wyatt family, and they don't give a shit. So I'm actually gonna have AJ Lee complains about no women being booked by Wyatt's. um, gets attacked by Maxine. So Maxine's fighting. She's entertainment. No one's gonna get the upper hand, but I'm. This will put women on the show. Right here, right before the main. Not a big angle show. It's gonna be Crazy weird matches though. I'm gonna extend this a couple minutes and then put this back a couple minutes. And during this, they're also gonna kind of lay out the card, and they're not really, but they're gonna be like, we're gonna beat Shane Douglas and Sid Justice. We're gonna beat Lucky Cannon, and we're gonna beat Joey Matthews for his contract in a title versus contract match. You know, basically lay out the show. And Biggie and the Usos are pissed at what they did to them at the pay per view, so they're gonna come in for the save at the end. That's the show. Usos Takeover NXT show. Eli Conwood versus Shane Douglas. They don't click. That's fine. Trophy Hunter segment. Christoph Herzog defeated Lucky Cannon. Dexter Loomis defeated Sid Justice when a ton of shit happened. AJ Lee segment. Maxine fights her. Jackson Riker beats Joey Matthews for his contract, keeps his title. Big brawl at the end. That's the Wyatts take over NXT. It's a show I really like. It's one big angle throughout the whole show. Sid, oh yeah, I'm signing him for longer. That's what's happening. I would like to sign Lita for longer. That might be a little bit annoying because of the way her contract works. How much was I giving you though? I don't remember. 30-10, right? I gave her wage matching, didn't I? Yeah, that's what did it. Okay. She likes that, so I'll keep her. My favorite game. Bad Guy Maddox. Whoa, hey! I did not expect to see you. That's awesome. WWE have called Joey Matthews up to the main roster. That's good. He is gone. I have gotten the most out of him. And I'm gonna sim to the next week. And WarGames is gonna be awesome. I do have to come up with a couple more members of the team for the Whites to fight, but I'm thinking guys like Shane Douglas and Sid would be fun in that match. Sort of stack it with legends. And then they can team with Biggie and the Usos because I won't have Joey Matthews anymore. He is officially gone. And if they take out Jackson Riker, I can just have him drop the title. Lita is re-signing. That's great. Sid Justice is loaned to WWE, so WWE is gonna use him, which is fun. Their stamina could be an issue though. Actually, Sid Justice has really good stamina. His stamina would not be an issue at all. I don't think it would be an issue at War Games. Because, you know, if I do like a 5v5 match and throw Shane Douglas in there last, I don't think it'd be an issue. What save file are you playing? I don't know what you mean by that. It's NXT 2010. Sid Justice gone from WWE. So let's see what they did to him. They had him on a pre-show match with my other guys. Oh my god, that's funny. Mason, why is Mason Ryan on the pre-show? I pushed that guy so hard. Y'all got to be doing better with him. Come on. Hi, Max. Max. Hi, Matt. Max hit Matt. I saw your stream earlier when I started streaming. Thank you very much for the raid. They're not calling anyone up. That's very good. I'm gonna keep them all for at least another week after that show. I was really afraid they'd call up Riker. I'm surprised they haven't. Lita was fun. Kieran is helping the young guys. That's great. Anyone want to be friends? Leo Kruger, can you be friends with your partner, Chris Logan? No, you want to be friends with somebody, Leo Kruger, like Percy Watson, maybe? That'd be fun. All right, so I want to do the Lucky Cannon challenge, the Get Lucky challenge. Um, with Andy Douglas. Let's throw Andy Douglas in there. That'd be fun. I fucking love PCO. I am a huge PCO fan, and I am sad that he got screwed out of winning the WWE title back in the 90s. That's my opinion. He's awesome. Holy shit, Mike Manson is now a major star. I didn't even book him last week. What happened? That's awesome. All right, so Andy Douglas versus Lucky Cannon. Midwest Combat League. Jerry Lynn is my world champ, but he's dropping it to CM Punk soon. Gonna be doing a tag team. The goal is to go from regional to national. About 3 years in. That sounds awesome. I love all of that. PCO is a legend. I told him that, and he said thank you. Fuck yeah, PCO is absolutely a legend. I fucking love him. I am a huge fan of him, and I'm so happy he's finally getting the recognition he deserves because he has not, in the past gotten the recognition. He's so cool. And recently he is absolutely getting that recognition, which is awesome. Throw this in for like 8 minutes or so. I can always condense these matches if needed. Andy Douglas answers the Get Lucky challenge. Overness Entertainment, that's awesome. And I'm gonna throw him in here. Eventually, this will result into somebody actually getting a contract, which I think will be fun. But for now, it's just a nice streak for Lucky and something for him to do. Hmm. So I'm not gonna have another all Wyatts all the time show, but I am gonna have them be a pretty prominent part of the show because I have to build the war games. Um, and I do want some stuff on this show. What if I threw Lita on this show? Like a Lita versus Jillian match, or no, Jillian's injured. I'll do a Lita versus Rachel match. Because that could be fun. And I want at ringside to be AJ Lee, Sweet Poppy Sanchez, Camacho, and Jillian. Everyone can be there, and that'll be fun. Azrael's a good con- candidate for a contract. He has a good in-ring performance. You're absolutely right, but this is not how I'm going to be signing people because I don't want to sign anyone myself. I want WWE to sign somebody and then I'll put them through the challenge and have them win. But if I was signing someone myself, Azrael or Chad Parham, actually, he would probably be my pick because look at this match. He put on a 34. It's so strong. So this would be my guy if I was doing that. And then what else do I have going on? Could I do another story? Who's not being used? Jinder Mahal's not really being used. Neither is Larry Sweeney. I do have stuff for Mike Manson. Jinder Mahal, though, I want to give him a match. And he can fight. Hmm. There's not really a lot of people for him to fight. You know, like everyone's busy with other stuff. But I'll have Big E beat him because Big E's getting a lot of losses lately. I'm gonna just throw a match on here for him to win, and that can main event the show. And I don't have enough angles on this show, so I'll lower this stuff and maybe add some more angles. Hmm, I just want Alita and AJ Lee promo because I know that would pop a rating, kind of raise AJ up to be with Lita. And then uh, I don't know, cause it's just level up. I don't really want a lot, so I'll just throw more time on that. Really, if WWE will send Awesome King down to NXT, Awesome Kong. Oh, oh, I don't think that will happen. I haven't really seen them send anyone down. I've only ever really seen them sign people to me. So that's just my thoughts. Lita beat Rachel. That was great. That should really boost Rachel up to have a match with Lita like that, I think. Andy Douglas put on a pretty good match, as I would expect, really. And Big E is getting better. He is getting better, and that's what's important. He started real rough in this save. Real rough. Hmm. Alright, so I want Karen to book WarGames. Books WarGames, title on the line. He puts the title on the line. He books WarGames, and he says, "Find a partner, cause I got 5 guys who want to take your ass out." And it's Steve Curran, it's Jimmy Uso, it's Jay Uso, it's Big E Langston, it's Sid Justice, and let me think about Shane Douglas for a quick for a quick moment. Kieran books War Games because he's pissed, so he's booking War Games. I'm gonna put Tom Pritchard there too because Tom Pritchard's also pissed, and they're all gonna be there. Let me see. Anyone at WWE could use on a loan deal? Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna. I would love to use Douglas for War Games. So I kind of only want to use those loans if I have to. Let me see how Douglas would do in this. It doesn't matter who I choose for this. I just need Shane Douglas. Okay. Shane Douglas. Sid says he can't do it because he'll get injured. What if I changed it to injury risk high? And then just throw that in. Let me see. Why does it say just submission? What are you talking about? Okay. That's a lot of non-wrestling time. Injury risk too high. Average. Let's try that. That totally works. And Shane Douglas can go as long as he wants. So I do want it to be Shane Douglas because at this show I had Shane Douglas and Sid Justice getting kind of destroyed by them. So I want them to be part of that team. WarGames was finish or pass out. Um, really? Okay, well, that's not how I'm doing it. For some reason, I do not remember that. I'm not doing submission only in my war games. Actually, did I? Wait, hold on. Let me make sure. Yeah, we have pinfall in our war games. I'm gonna take this one out of here because they won't let us use this. Oh, this side obviously. Okay. It changed when Triple H brought it back. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I do like this better. And then Shane Douglas. I want this to be the team. I'm gonna script them. That is great. And I want Wyatt's. Wyatt's are pissed, and then they don't want this match. They brawl with War Games team. They lose because they're outnumbered. They lose the brawl, or I'm gonna say they lose. They get beat up. It's Eli, Herzog, uh, Riker, and Dexter Loomis, and Shane Douglas, and Sid Justice, and it's the Usos and Big E. I'll just put Jay Uso. We can assume they're all rated on fighting. You guys get the successes. You guys get the defeats. Big angle, big angle. So they don't have a partner yet. It's 5v4 for now. I like both styles because it works for the match. Yeah, I mean that's also fair. That's also very fair. I do think it does make sense for the match. It's not the style I would want to book personally. I would like to book the new style. So many unimportant people still. Hmm. Okay, so I want an angle where Wyatt's hold auditions to be their partner, and I'm gonna have it be all of them, and I'm gonna have. Let me see. Some people I think would be fun. Bo Dallas would be fun for that. Um, I want Lucky Cannon for that because He got his ass kicked by them last time, but I want him to act like he wants it. He wants the opportunity. And um I want Sweet Poppy Sanchez for that because that'd be fun as well. And I want Jinder Mahal for that. That sounds fun. I know it's gonna say like, "Oh, Eli Cottonwood can't be talking for that long." I don't care. He's gonna be there, and it's gonna be awesome. And then I want the main event to be the Usos taking on Jackson Riker and the person they decide to be their new partner, who is Mike Manson, of course. Manson getting the pin over Jimmy Uso. Very decisive. They don't need to interfere in that one, but at ringside, they're all going to be there. Who? Dexter Loomis. I always forget Loomis because he's the person I added. I always forget him. So that's going to be the main. Wyatt's unveil their new partner, Mike Manson. So they're getting a lot of screen time, but this is a big deal. Christoph Herzog, Dexter Loomis, and be like 2 minutes. That can be like 2 minutes. And then I'm gonna add to this, first of all, Steve Kieran, Tom Pritchard, Mike Manson. I'm gonna keep them in this angle. The other guys, Shane Douglas and Sid, but they're going to be busy with this match. Who can stop the Wyatts now that they've added Manson? Exactly, exactly. He's their smoking gun. They're too strong now. How can you beat them? And then Manson runs through the WarGames team and stands strong. So he's gonna beat them up. They're like he's gonna keep beating up the Usos, and then the other guys are gonna try to come in for the save. Big E, Shane Douglas, Sid Justice, and they're not going to be able to beat him. He's gonna run them all down one by one. I'm gonna have Jackson Riker and Dexter Loomis assist, but it's mostly going to be Manson. Am I overusing anyone? Jay Uso, I am. Okay, that's fine. I don't need this match to be that long. How are you on Jey Uso? Jey Uso's being used too much, that's fine. I will make this angle less. Being used too much. Okay, hold on, hold on. This angle will be less. This angle will be less. Jey Uso is being slightly overused on this show. Okay, okay, I get it, I get it, I get it. I get it. Now it's good. Okay. So that's a lot of time on this story. But this is the big story. This is War Games. It deserves the time. I want a Tamina Deeb angle. I want a Tamina Deeb angle. And, have I done... Let me think. Have I done Tamina Rachel recently? Let me see what I've done recently. Hold on. Yeah, I haven't done Tamina Rachel recently, so... Or ever. So I'm gonna have Tamina beat Rachel pretty handily. Submission. And this is going to advance the rise of Tamina. Tamina promo on Deeb. She's gonna be like, I'm sick of running through all these losers. No one is good enough for me. I want the champion. I want you, Serena Deeb. Deeb comes out and says, and accepts her challenge. Basically. Yeah, Deeb's a fighting champion. She beat Lita. She is happy to accept Tamina's challenge. These are going to go before this. That is good. I let them run to improve them anyway. That's fair. I think that's fair as well. I would like to. This is the way I do it, but I think that's fair as well. Mm, what else do I got going on? So the Wyatt storyline is taking all the screen time right now. Trophy Hunters. Oh, right. Okay, so Steve Kieran is back, so we can get our complaints in. Trophy Hunters are gonna complain because, or not Trophy Hunters, but the franchise is gonna complain. They're gonna be like, we were fucking cheated. And they're gonna be like, yeah, you were cheated. So you're going to get a rematch at some point as well. So hold on. Franchise asks for a hardcore rematch. Karen grants it. I'm not gonna put Shane Douglas in that. That's just gonna be Percy Watson and Titus O'Neil. Shane Douglas is busy right now. He is busy in that other feud. And that'll be short, and that'll advance on this, just in case it doesn't. Just in case. That's good. Okay, Wyatt's Edition, that's great. What else we got going on? Lethal Weapon versus the Bo Leavers. What happened was the Bo Leavers defeated Lethal Weapon, and they cheated. So, I'm gonna have... Have I done this? Have I done this? I have not. So I'm gonna do this, and have... I'm gonna have at ringside be Conrad Tanner and Dino Carter. Again, Sid's busy, so he's not gonna be there. Actually, he will be there as a manager. Sid and Shane Douglas will be here as managers. I forgot about that. That's fine. I don't mind that. And they're going to be at ringside, and they're going to be a distraction. So I'm going to add Camacho beats West Briscoe. Distraction finish by... So they're gonna be there in the match and they're going to distract them. I'm gonna have this be a storytelling match as well. They're gonna be doing their like comedy shtick. This is gonna be a lot of comedy going on in this match. And then yeah, they're gonna be there basically like policing them to be like, you guys better not do anything wrong here, otherwise we'll kick your ass. And I want AJ Lee and Lita versus Jillian and oh, I already have Rachel booked. Ooh, I forgot I had Rachel booked. Hold on. I forgot I had Rachel booked. I'm gonna do just Jillian versus Lita then. And at ringside is going to be um AJ Lee. And I'm gonna put Sweet Poppy Sanchez, Camacho, and Jillian as well. Or not Jillian. She's in the match, obviously. No, it can just be them. It could just be them. The other girl doesn't have to be there. And Lita wins that. That should be good experience for her, for Jillian. And that goes about here. This is good. I like this show. I like this show. Riker and Manson are going to stand strong at the end. No interference needed because Mike Manson could beat whoever the fuck he wants, whenever the fuck he wants. He is a bad motherfucker, and he is the most protected man in the company right now. Sweet Poppy Sanchez is being used too much on this show. Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna take the pimps away from ringside in this match. Will that be good? No, that doesn't even count as part of that. Where else is he being used other than here? Hold on. Where else is he being used? Oh, he's in the right. He's in this. Okay, that's fine. I'll keep him in that. I am going to take the don't bother with that advice because I think it would be fun for him to be in that angle. So these run. This goes. It's good enough. Wyatt's do auditions. A lot of fun comedy stuff with these guys, I would say. I feel like they would mesh well with the opposite personalities of the Wyatts. Is he managing any of his stable members? Sweet Poppy Sanchez? Yeah, he is. But the reason he's being used too much is because he was in that Wyatt's audition promo as well. Lita beats Jillian. That was pretty good. This happens. Pimp Daddies beat Bo Levers because he's also in this. Camacho pinned Derek Bateman with a handful of tights. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. Read my notes. Come on. Mike Manson is the new the fifth man for the WarGames team. He destroys the Usos despite Jackson Riker carrying that match, and they get the upper hand at the end because Mike Manson is again the most protected man in my company. How's it going? Jackson Riker will be called up to the main roster in 1 month. I mean, I saw that coming from a mile away. I'm surprised it took so long. I know I put the title on him. I'm gonna have to, again, give the title to somebody else, sadly. But it's the way it'll have to be. That'll be fine. Really, that'll be fine. Oh wait, hold on. I only simmed one day. I wanted to sim a week. Alright, I'm gonna sim a week and then go to the bathroom real quick. BRB. Hello. It looks like it's about to end. Bo Dallas has recovered from injury. ROH has increased their live experience. Serena Deeb is about to be called up. Good timing on that one. Honestly, good timing. I'm happy for Serena Deeb to be called up. Tommy Taylor has been signed to NXT. We have a new roster member. After losing Joey Matthews, we have Tommy Taylor. I don't know who this guy is. Who are you? Huh. I'm gonna Google that one real quick. I'm gonna Google that one. Stephen Taylor. The other, the other Stephen Taylor? He's a FCW guy. He went by the name Tommy Taylor. He looks to be very, very English. Okay, that's interesting. He is very, very English. He's working face. I would like to keep him. No. No, I want him to be a heel. And I want his gimmick to be British asshole. You know, the standard British gimmick, the William Regal kind of gimmick. And, that'll be kind of a swagger gimmick, I guess. British asshole. You know. You know how it goes. So my champions are getting called up. I'm gonna have to switch those titles. That's fine. I have a plan on how I can switch the both of these titles just fine. It's all in the memory bank. Who's my new guy? Who's my new guy? It's that weird British guy, Tommy Taylor. You want to be friends with Camacho? Nope, that's fine. Um, so I'm gonna have Lucky Cannon versus Tommy Taylor. Tommy Taylor wins. The first person to win the Lucky Challenge. The Get Lucky Challenge. So now I have to say War Games ahead of the match. War Games. Sign a female wrestler for a year, so you know you have to use them for a year? What do you mean? Who am I signing? Why am I signing someone for a year? I have so many women on my roster already. If anything, I need less women. Again, I don't want to be signing anyone. WWE's given me my talent. I'm signing Sid and Lita. That's what you're getting. You're lucky to have them, damn it. Losing your best female in-ring wrestler? Oh no, that's fine. I'm I'm not worried about that. I'm happy to have her called up. I expected it. I've done preparations for this, and I'm happy to see her get success on the main roster. And they'll probably sign me new people. I don't know if they'll be good, but I'm excited to see where this takes me in the future. Okay, get lucky challenge. What's going on? What's going on? Been doing a lot of pimps on this show, a lot of pimping. Pimping ain't easy. That's the thing about pimping. I'm gonna do Naomi Night gymnastics routine. She's gonna do some gymnastics on the show. It'll be fun. Everyone will love it. That's the segment. Deal with it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Chill. I'm not trying to do that. Naomi Knight against Exana. And Naomi wins with her new gimmick. She wins. That's great. Good job, Naomi. And then, um, mm, mm, just thinking a little. Just thinking a little. I'm gonna do WarGames hype video. You know, just to make all these people get hella screen time on this show. I'm gonna do a long ass hype video. With Jimmy Uso, Jay Uso, Biggie, Mike Manson, and I'm not gonna put Shane Douglas or Sid in it. They don't need the exposure as much. You're actually, I will. I'll put Shane Douglas instead of Jackson Riker. I don't care because they're all gonna be in it. I just need to choose the people: Eli Cottonwood, Shane Douglas, Christoph Herzog, Dexter Loomis. Yeah, just fuck. Just a long advertisement on this show, just to have. All right, I'm gonna change her gimmick here. It's adequate. She'll be penalized if she loses those people. That's fine. This match sucked. That's also fine. War Games hype video. Oh, I forgot to script it. I forgot to script it. That's fine. That's fine. The Get Lucky Challenge. He's got a small boost to psychology, and wins and losses have a greater impact on popularity changes than usual. It's a poor gimmick, though. And Tommy Taylor, not as good as Lucky Cannon, but he's there. That's fine. Now, time for the show. I'm gonna have a 5v5 match with Christoph Herzog, Eli Cottonwood, Mike Manson, Dexter Loomis, and Jackson Riker. They're going to be facing off against Lethal Weapon, um, ooh, the franchise? Yeah, Lethal Weapon, the franchise, and we'll throw Big E in there, just for fun. Big match. And the winner will be Mike Manson, who pins Conrad Tanner. And in this match, I want a clusterfuck. So I want interference on. I want Conrad Tanner to be attacked by. Um, God, they're fighting the Bo Levers. So Bo Dallas and Derek Bateman. And I want Dino to be attacked by the other guy, Wes Briscoe. And I want Percy Watson to be attacked by Chris Logan, and I want Titus O'Neil to be attacked by Leo Kruger. Um, yeah. So they're all gonna come down and have kind of a clusterfuck of a match. Riker, yeah, Riker will be there for WarGames. That's the important thing. So all these people involved in this 5-on-5 match are gonna brawl. It's gonna be a huge fucking clusterfuck of a brawl, foreshadowing WarGames. Mike Manson, Eli Conwood, Stop, Herzog. It's tiring booking this many people at every angle, but it's War Games. It's got to be big. It's got to be WCW. Um, Dexter freaking Loomis. I want the Usos. I want Biggie Langston, and I want um um I guess Jackson Riker. Everyone's fighting. I would have way more people in this if I could. Everyone's being used too much on the show. That's awesome. They're still being used too much? What the heck? You know what? Maybe I should just let it happen. They can be used too much. Whatever. You're right. Let 'em be used too much. I don't care. This is the big angle. Throw 'em everywhere for all the time. I don't care. That's fine. Who else? Who else? What's going on? Tamina Deeb, Women's Revolution. Okay, Women's Revolution. I have an idea for this one. I want AJ Lee and Lita versus Jillian and Rachel. And I want AJ Lee to get the win over Jillian. That'll be like 10 minutes or so. Nine minutes or so. And then after that, Maxine and Oksana attack AJ and Lita. So Maxine and Oksana were the original people who had beef with AJ. And now they're pissed because she's going back on this tear. And they're not cool with that. So I'm going to add Oksana back to this storyline. This storyline's finally going to get its conclusion because AJ Lee now has somebody to beat Oksana and Maxine with, or at least fight them, have an even fight with them. Um, now Um, so this is happening. This is happening. These are both happening in the main event. I don't need to put them on the show anymore. The Get Lucky Challenge was last show. I want a Tamina segment. Hmm. Let me think. What's going on? How are my women doing? Jenny Cash versus Serena, maybe? Yeah, Jenny Cash with against. I'm gonna have Tamina at ringside. Serena's gonna beat Jenny Cash. That's just gonna be a quick thing that happens. It's gonna build to that. That's all. Not a big deal. Um, I want Tamina, Deeb, tease a fight, basically. So they're gonna like argue, tease a fight. It's not gonna happen yet. I'm building to this one. I'm building to this one. And this is going to be a storytelling match. I'm also gonna have this be a storytelling match. They're both storytelling matches. Big storytelling matches. You know what? This is not a storytelling match. I've changed my mind. This is a regular match. So I see I'm using like so many people on the show, despite it not being a huge show, because so many people are involved in this War Games angle. And Naomi gymnastics segment. Throw her on this show so she gets the exposure for her new gimmick. It's gonna be a lot of women, a lot of women on this show. And that's fine because I did that one show with all men on it. So we're gonna have a women's show tonight, even though the main event is all the men on the roster fighting each other. And I'm gonna have Tommy Taylor promo says he won the Get Lucky challenge on Level Up. No, no. I'm not gonna have that because Level Up airs after this, so I'm not gonna have that. Tommy Taylor should not be here. um, Larry Sweeney, Jinder Mahal angle. They can do whatever they want. I don't care. I want to put them on the show and give them 5 minutes and tell them, have fun out there, kids. I don't book you enough. Have fun out there. Boom. That's the show. Okay, Lita carried that match. That's good. That happens. Deeb beats Cash. Tamina's there. Tamina Serena. Naomi that happens. This is the big match. Everyone's here. It's insane. I'm overbooking you guys. I don't care. I think it's fun to overbook this for War Games because that's kind of the spirit of War Games. Mainly positive. They're doing okay. It was mixed. What happened on Level Up? Tommy Taylor made his DP? That's awesome. You should be so happy about that. You should be like, wow, that was awesome. What's going on ECW? They moved it to Tuesday? Or was it always on Tuesday? Who knows? Maybe it was always on Tuesday. I think it was. Okay. The next player controlled show. The next show is the go home show before WarGames, which is awesome because WarGames is gonna be cool. It was always Tuesdays, I believe. Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought it wasn't. I guess it has been a while. I was very young when they were airing that. LOL, I wasn't. That's fair enough. I was a teen watching the original ECW. That's awesome. ECW is so cool. I love that shit. Who are you? You're Lucky? No, you're Eli. Got it. Okay. Jillian is fully fit. That's great. From her broken ribs. Okay, this is the last show before War Games. Larry Sweeney organized a poker tournament. It was awesome. Chris Logan has been brought before wrestlers court and improved his behavior. Um, Jillian, you want to be friends with Maxine? Bobby Lashley just joined the beautiful people in TNA. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I, where the heck? I don't know if I can go back to that right now. Oh no, that's fine. That's awesome. Hell yeah, Bobby Lashley. All right. Level up. What's going on here? The Get Lucky Challenge. Sean Tempers is going to be facing the Get Lucky Challenge. You can't well booking. Fair enough. Fair enough. Lucky Cannon wins. And I will add him to that storyline. I'm gonna take. Actually, maybe I'll keep Tommy Taylor in this one. Do something with them. I'm gonna keep Tommy Taylor in this one. I'm gonna have Lucky Cannon win. Sean Tempers answers the Get Lucky challenge. Okay, that's great. I'm going to have weekend after booking and running concept TNA stables. Yeah, that's very true. I'm going to have Tommy Taylor come out. I'm gonna wait. No, I'm not gonna have Tommy Taylor come out. I'm gonna have Lucky Cannon call out Tommy Taylor. Cannon calls out Taylor, says he's bothered about his loss and wants a rematch at War Games. Taylor accepts. Okay, well Taylor accepts. I'm not gonna write it, but he does. He does accept. So that's now booked for WarGames here on Level Up. Who wasn't really used last week? Mostly Camacho, so I'll have Camacho in a match. Pimp Daddies versus the Usos. And this has happened before, that's fine. I'm gonna have Jimmy Uso pin Sweet Poppy Sanchez. You know, open, decisive, all that. Just have. You know, not everything has to be part of an angle on Level Up, especially. With the new NXT and Women's Champs. Oh, I know who they will be. Don't worry, I got this. I know exactly who they will be, and I know when I'm gonna crown them. It's all in here. It's all in here, baby. And I'm gonna have Usos promo on Wyatt's after that match. Kristoff and Dexter Loomis. See, I'm remembering them now. I'm remembering them now. This good. Would not be penalized. That's good enough for me. Okay. Sean Timbers. That's good. He calls out Tommy Taylor. Tommy Taylor accepts. Jimmy Uso pins Sweet Poppy Sanchez, who again is putting on pretty good matches, all things considered. I could always push him at some point. All right, go home show. Go home show. So, Maxine and Oksana attack AJ and Lita. Right. Give me a 6-woman tag. Give me AJ Lee, Lita, and Serena against Tamina, Oksana, and Maxine. Nope, Oksana, not AJ. And I'm gonna have the win be. You dragged AJ, right. That's me. That's on me. I'm gonna have AJ win by pinning Oksana. You know, throw everyone here on the show. That's good. That's a storytelling match. I do it all the dang time. Yep. It's very easy to do. Very easy. All right. So I've been booking everyone. Um, Lethal Weapon versus Believers. That's always fun. So I want Lethal Weapon fun segment backstage. You know, they're doing their thing. They're like, we're cleaning up crime. It's awesome. Believers attack them and beat them down. They get beat the hell up. So they're doing a fun segment. Believers don't give a shit. They're mean. And they beat them up. It's a minor defeat for you guys, minor success for you guys. I'm gonna have um I'm gonna have Jinder Mahal versus Shane Douglas because Jinder Mahal is who the trophy hunters designated as their friend, and I'm gonna have Jinder Mahal lose after um after Chris Logan accidentally attacks him. And then I'm gonna have Women's Revolution. That's done. Tamina's done. Trophy Hunters, Believers get like a challenge. That's all great. I'm actually gonna have a Tommy Taylor match against Big E. Yeah, yeah. And I'm gonna have. Mm, I'm gonna have Big E win, and that's just gonna happen. That's just gonna happen because Big E's in that big match. I want to put these guys over. I want to put these guys in the match over, make them look strong, and I want in the main event. I want the Usos and Sid Justice against. Oh, give me Jackson Riker, Eli Cottonwood, and Christoph Herzog, and I want Jay Uso to pin Jackson Riker after Riker. Uh, so I want at ringside to be the other guys. To be Dexter Loomis, Mike Manson, Shane Douglas, and Biggie. And I guess miscommunication is the best way to do it. But it's a miscommunication by Riker and Manson that causes them to lose, and he actually is the one who eats the pin. And then let me think. Let me think. Let me think. I'm gonna have a franchise promo with Shane Douglas, Titus O'Neil, and Percy Watson. They're gonna be talking about the trophy hunters of Chris Logan and Leo Kruger. Okay, that goes there. Lethal Weapon segment. Big E. That happens. I want an angle there as well. Where, I don't know. I'm gonna say just like women's brawl, and have these women all fight. At the end of that, this kind of devolves into chaos. With those four fighting each other, and then Tamina fighting her. So much of everything on this show is just going to the on these shows recently is going to the WarGames match. So everything else is kind of just like thrown together, which is fine. They're being used too much on this show. Again, I'm gonna just let that happen. And then I'm gonna do Wyatt Family promo with Manson. And it's gonna be Eli, Jackson Riker, because they're the central premise of these recent shows. Eli Cottonwood, Jackson Riker, Christopher Herzog, and Dexter Loomis, and Mike Manson. A lot going on, a lot going on. Okay, that's good. Throw this down a couple minutes. I did not mean to make that long. That goes here. This is the show. I'm running it. Franchise stuff. Jinder Mahal loses to Shane Douglas. This angle happens. It's awesome. Big E beats Tommy Taylor. They had great chemistry. That's great. No, I meant the women's brawl to happen after the match, but we can just pretend. We can pretend. We're good at pretending here. This happens. That's great. Okay. Time for WarGames! I've been booking clusterfuck after clusterfuck with this WarGames angle. It's time to finally have the final clusterfuck of the angle. It's time for WarGames. I really like the idea of this Wyatt family in a WarGames match. Oh yeah, I'm gonna check the beautiful people as well. See what's going on there. What's going on, TNA? What's going on? This is actually awesome. I love this concept. I think Bobby Lashley would do great in that role. Good on you, Bobby Lashley. Fuck yeah. That's awesome. Alright. War Games time. I got it all figured out. We're here. It's time for War Games. Jillian, you and Rachel want to be friends? No, I want Jillian and Rachel to be friends. First of all, the War Games match with Eli Cottonwood, Jackson Riker, Christoph Herzog, Dexter Loomis, and Mike Manson against Jimmy Uso, Jay Uso, Big E Langston, Sid Justice, and Shane Douglas. Big War Games match. How long do War Games matches go? I don't know. I'll Google it. I genuinely don't know. I've only seen a few War Games matches in my life, which is evidenced by the fact that I don't know shit about them when booking them. I'm mostly looking for how long they last in NXT. This one was 36 minutes. How long was this one? This one was 38 minutes. Okay, so they're around there. They're around there. That's fine. This can be like a 35-minute War Games. And it's for the NXT title. I don't think that if I have the Wyatts win, the title will go on one of them. But that's fine. That's not what I'm intending to do. So don't worry about the title being on the line. That's for if they lose. But the winner is Mike Manson, who pins Shane Douglas. He's the legend killer. Of course he pins Shane Douglas. And that's an open match, and that's very decisive. That's how that ends. So don't worry about the title. Don't worry about the title. I got plans. I got plans. Christoph Herzog is being used far too much on this show. I don't care. Pretend he comes in last. I don't care. I need a 2v2 with Trophy Hunters against. Hold on, let me do this. Trophy Hunters against the franchise. And this is a hardcore match, which again, that's Trophy Hunter's specialty. They have no problem winning this. They defeat them clean. I am going to do Tamina versus Serena Deeb. And the winner is Tamina. And that's going to be a pretty open match. Her toughest opponent yet. But she's still going to win. She's still undefeated. Can she? How long can she go? Okay, she can go that long. That's fine. I'm having Tamina win the title. And then I want a tag match. It's going to be AJ Lee and Lita against Aksana and Maxine. And the winner will be AJ Lee, who pins Maxine. To finally end the storyline of the women's revolution that has been going on since the start of this save. This is how the story ends. And it's an open match. It's decisive. AJ Lee gets the win. And I'm going to add, for a little while, I'm going to add Lita as her manager, because I think that's fun. Yeah, I figured they'd be being overused, that's why I booked them 16. But I'll book them a little less. Percy Watson's being overused. Oh my god. All the matches are 13 minutes. Here. Can you go 14 and be happy? I think that'll be fine. I think that'll be fine. Now, what else do I got going on? I have a match between Lucky Cannon and Tommy Taylor, in which the win goes to Lucky Cannon. So Tommy Taylor got his contract, but Lucky Cannon gets the win on the other match. This can be a bit of a storytelling match. That's good. This is the trophy under storyline's gonna continue, just the franchise are gonna be out of it. Lethal Weapon versus Believers. Right. This blow-off match will happen. So, because Sid Justice is busy in the other match, they find a new partner. Maybe they don't find a new partner. Maybe they do. Yeah, fuck it. He's a heel, but he can join them. And, I'm gonna have them win. They get the win over the Believers. I don't care if Larry Sweeney's a heel. He can help them out. He can help them out. And that's going to end the storyline of Lethal Weapon versus Believers. That looks to be all of those. That's great. Now this is who's not on the show. Mostly women. The only men not in a match are these guys. So I'm going to have Sweet Poppy Sanchez versus Jinder Mahal. I'm going to have Sweet Poppy Sanchez win. And at ringside, I'm going to have Camacho. And that's just going to happen. Because I think that would be a good match. And then the women, they're all faces, by the way. They're all faces. It's going to be you two against you two. And Naomi's gonna get the win because she's being pushed. I don't care who she pins. Can be anyone. But she's getting her push. And that's pretty much the show. Let me see. Let me make sure everything's good. Um, I like this, yeah. I think this is solid. Actually, I'll have this open the show, then this, then this, then this. Yeah, I think this is good. And then I'm thinking I gotta do some angles, so hold on. I'm gonna have Manson celebrates Cottonwood, Loomis, and hold on. Eli Cottonwood, Dexter Loomis, Mike Manson, and Christoph Herzog. Um, Riker doesn't look happy. Riker wanted to get the win himself. He wanted to get the pinfall. He's not happy because he is selfish. He's established himself as a very, very selfish man. And that is going to manifest itself in this match and in this angle. Um, I'm also gonna have eh, right. I'm gonna have an lethal weapon angle with Larry Sweeney, where they kind of ask him to help out. They're like, "Can you help us even the odds?" And then he's like, "What's in it for me?" And then they're like, "You'll get booked on the show." And then he goes, "That sounds fucking awesome. I'm in. I love being booked on the show." That makes him use too much. I know. Um, Give me this for 3 minutes. Shove 2 minutes off of this. That's fine. Great. I don't really. Let me think. No, I don't want a lot of angles on this though. It's a pay-per-view. It's War Games. This is it. Um, Yeah, this is solid. I'm gonna run that. Not a big angle show. Conrad Tanner pins Derek Bateman. That's great. Sweet Poppy Sanchez pins Jinder Mahal. That's great. Jenny Cash and Naomi beat the Hoes. Jenny Cash has a knee ligament damage. Come on. What are you doing? Rachel Lynn. Come on, Rachel Lynn. Oh my god. My women. My women. Okay, Lucky Cannon beat Tommy Taylor. That was pretty good. AJ Lee and Lita beat Maxine and Oksana, and it was pretty good despite Maxine and Oksana's performances. Trophy Hunters defeated the franchise to defend their titles. They did really well. They're really doing great recently. Tamina defeated Serena for the title. She is the new champion. And holy shit, Serena has gotten so good. And then the WarGames match, which got a 43, which I have to be happy with considering some of the people in this. Sid Justice was off his game, but that's fine. I'm sure this match was great. Jackson Riker defends his title because his team won, but he's not happy. And Serena Deeb praised for a great performance. Tamina Snuka complimented on a good performance. Lita told they're awesome. It's all women getting the push that time. All women. My women are stepping it up even though um Serena's leaving. I was happy to have her. I was happy to give her that push. She did great. You're on drugs, I know. I'm fining you for it. That's Sweet Poppy Sanchez. Big E doesn't get it when it comes to working a crowd. Mike Manson is now at a position where he's telling me how to run my company, which is kind of awesome. AJ Lee's two. How much experience do you even have? 3. Respect 1, experience 3, reputation 52. You're telling me how to run my company? AJ's too small. Yeah, fuck off. She's too small. You're too small. Archer's staying with WWE? I would hope so. Lance Cade? How's Lance Cade doing? He was good in NXT. And, not great. He's losing a lot. That's fine. War Games. It was a good show. Damn right it was a good show. Hmm. Snuka beat Deeb. That's great. Seems like a good show to me. Jenny Cash has morale issues. Don't worry, I'll give you WWE's money. Here you go. You're good now. Riker and Deeb are coming up. This seems solid. Let me skip to the end of the month. And I am thinking of doing King of the Ring next. Because I really, really, really like King of the Ring. So I am thinking of doing King of the Ring next. Oh, half year awards. I won't get anything, I'm sure, but that's still fun. CM Punk, WWE, Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr., CM Punk and Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. That does sound great. WrestleMania, La Sombra. That's very fair. Jushin Liger, also very fair. Mickey James, very fair. Yeah, okay. Yashi, Brother Yashi. That's so cool. Very cool. So a lot of these runs are finishing. I wonder what they're gonna do after that. Jacqueline's retiring. Okay. I'm thinking I'm gonna end this here for now. I had a good stream. I'll probably stream again. Uh, oh, tomorrow I'm gonna be busy. I'm busy recently. We'll see. But this was fun, and I'm gonna end the stream now. Thank you for joining me and helping me book and all that. Thank you. Goodbye.